WLHS Studios in Lodi, Wisconsin. This is Impact News. With the WLHS News team, anchorperson Tom Bauer, and reporters Brian Kohl and Morgan McKearn. Hitting you with the truth, this is Impact News. And now, here's your anchor, Tom Bauer.
Hello there, and how are you doing? I'm Tommy Bauer here for WLHS Channel 12 Impact News. I'm here with my esteemed colleagues Morgan McKearn and Brian Kohl, hitting you with the truth. Our top stories this hour include racism at LHS, an upstart new group called RSVP, and Core Plus or Core Minus. These stories and more in this edition of Impact News, hitting you with the truth. You may not know it, but racism is one of our biggest problems here at LHS, according to Principal Miss Love. She says that during passing time, she will hear a racist or discriminatory comment at least once a day. After talking with students, they too agreed that it is a big problem here at LHS. Ms. Amadon thinks that racism is a continual discussion and thinks that the way we can solve it is to look for similarities, not differences in people. And I always think, go by the golden rule, if you can't say anything nice, don't say it at all. Ms. Love also commented that she feels that many of these racist acts go unreported. This is a problem because until actions are taken to stop racism, it may never stop. Until these perpetrators are dealt with, the threat of racism will never end. People agreed that most racist attitudes do not just happen overnight, but that they come from actions of their parents and people around them. The expression, "no child is born a racist, pretty much sums that up. Other students said that some reasons that they have racist attitudes are because of incidents where another person has insulted them or made them feel weird, and now they're just simply returning the favor. The consequences for a racist incident are an interesting bunch. They will result in, first, Miss Love or Miss Amadon sitting down with the perpetrator and having a discussion about how racism is worse than they thought and educate them on how they have affected themselves and the victim. After that, there will be some more traditional consequences like detention and trying to make the situation right. Towards the end of my interview with Miss Amadon, she said that she feels that people are willing to accept what they understand, but what they don't understand just becomes useless. When I asked her to explain what she said that when the school becomes more educated about how racism is not a good habit, we should just look for more similarities in people and not differences. And Lodi could someday not be plagued by racism. In the end, Miss Love said that she feels that on the whole, Lodi is a pretty accepting community and that it is changing for the better, which is good news when it comes to an issue like racism. Now let's send it to Brian with what our math classes are teaching us.
Thank you, Tommy, for that riveting story. Since the dawn of man, we have used math. For some, its use does not go beyond the simple counting, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. But for others, it stretches as far into the realm of composing equations for time travel, quantum physics, and building architectural wonders. So where does your average high school student looking for math credits find a happy medium? This is where Core Plus comes in. Combining simple equations with analytical tendencies, the Core Plus program has brought about a lot of change to the school, but it hasn't applied to everyone. I failed out of Core 2 during the second quarter because it was too hard and just wasn't interesting, said Andy Tewitt, a junior. Other students are a bit more understanding of the class's structure. You have to figure everything out yourself, but it's okay because most people learn that way, added Ben Shimchak, also a junior, who has taken Core Plus all the way to Core 4 so he can go to school for computer programming. There are also many advantages to taking and teaching Core Plus. Core Plus is really fun to teach because students are on different levels intellectually, thus making it easier to put them into groups so they can teach each other, learn from each other, and learn by teaching, said Mr. Downey. Though students and parents alike were skeptical about the program when it was first introduced about 5 years ago, it seems to have been of great benefit to both parties. It served its original purpose by boosting our state testing scores, and I think when parents started seeing that, they really started to understand why we chose it, said Principal Laura Love. All in all, Core Plus might confuse students with its unique approach to learning and those fancy numbers and whatnot, but it has taught us all that if you can learn quadratic equations, you can learn anything. Now over to Morgan with a story on RSVP.
Thank you, Brian, for that thought-provoking story. Here's one party you won't want to miss out on. The newest group at Lodi High School, RSVP, has been set into action this year and is ready to make some changes. RSVP, Raising Student Voice and Participation, was formed after several students visited and participated in a leadership program in October. Students were recruited by the school that showed the potential for leadership and were trained at the program. The inspiration for the group came out of the changes that the students wanted to make. The main three were around drugs, temperature of the school, and respect, stated high school principal Laura Love. Other changes the group is discussing include adding more artwork and color to the walls, decreasing harassment, and creating class trips for every grade level. RSVP currently has only sophomore and junior members, with junior leaders, but it's open to all grade levels. There are currently 17 leaders, with 2 junior students, Hannah Fanny and Katie Kratcha, taking the lead of the program. We're really excited about the program. It gives students the opportunity to make changes, stated Hannah. RSVP hopes to serve as an outreach and extension of Eagle's Nest and is off to a very good start. The program is just getting off the ground. It's hard because the students in the program are so busy. There are times when there's a lot happening and it's very effective, and then there are times when there's not much happening. It's just the first year of the program, but it's off to a very good start, reported Mrs. Love. The program hopes to continue with sophomore participants changing over to junior leaders each following year. All members of RSVP are voluntary, and the group is open to everyone who has an idea to share or an opinion to voice. The group's goal is to increase student voice and interest and to develop a voice for students so that they can have a say in the changes that will affect them. The group follows a 4-step cycle of talking, developing an action plan, taking action, and evaluating to accomplish their goals, and is so far doing a wonderful job. And now over to Tommy Bauer with an update on the bridge construction.